Hey, good morning and welcome to my porch once again. It is time for today's video Devo. More details are in the Acts Odyssey book, day 11. And I got to tell you, today's passage here in Acts 5 is a weird one. A couple named Ananias and Sapphira sell some property, and they make quite a big deal of the fact that they're giving 100% of the proceeds to help the poor. Only they're not. They're lying. Now, Peter makes clear in verse 4 that they were free to do whatever they wanted to do with their possessions. They were their possessions. The problem's not what they did with their finances. The problem here is their hypocrisy. They were lying about their spiritual lives. You know, religious hypocrisy is the one thing that Jesus Christ challenges again and again in the Pharisees. And here in Acts chapter 5, that same kind of Pharisaical hypocrisy appears for the first time in the Jesus movement. And God makes this very bold statement that it does not belong. In fact, after Peter confronts them with their lie, they both, first Ananias, then Sapphira, drop dead. Now, I have to admit, it's weird. I don't like the story. Why could they not have just been scolded? But there's a couple of things to notice. Number one, this is not meant to show what always happens every single time somebody's a hypocrite. They drop dead, they instantly die. Obviously not. It's just accurately describing what happened to these two. And second, it actually does not say they were struck dead. It says they fell down and died. And I've often wondered, could they simply have died of heart attacks or sheer fright? Maybe this story shows the immense pressure psychologically that we put on ourselves when we wear self-righteous masks. The point to this story is that hypocrisy is unhealthy. In fact, it's fatal to a church. It is fatal to your own spiritual vitality. As they say in recovery groups, rigorous honesty is so important to spiritual health. You want to know my problem? I always have a trace of Ananias and Sapphira in me. I sort of want people to think I am better than I really am. I found myself exaggerating about the stupidest things like, it took me an hour to get to church through the traffic today when it really only took me like 50 minutes. So why do I say it took an hour? Well, maybe I want people to go, look at him. It took him an hour to get to church. Yet he is so committed to Christ that he didn't turn back. He drove through that traffic gauntlet for us. What a guy. I mean, it's so stupid. I have to continually remember to climb down off the pedestal and reveal myself as a very flawed, normal human being that God is working through. Ultimately, I think this is a very liberating story. It means God does not ask you to put on some kind of a religious fake front. Just be real. Just be honest about your failures and successes and your progress, because that is how real change happens.